Good afternoon. Hi, this is Aunt Dunnigan, Linda Brillhart, and I wanted to resume with Black History Month. This is just, I don't know, my personal recognition, and I think it should be recognized, of course. And I'll continue naming the Tuskegee Airmen. And I'll find some other things, I think it was very interesting to read about them and what they did. And, veterans, all veterans should be recognized, and they certainly should. They were there against obstacles. So, and then they came back to Jim Crow, which still reigned. We can love our country and we can recognize wrongs. We have to do that as individuals, and we can do it as a nation. And I'm afraid what we are capable of is awful. But we have a wonderful Constitution. Pray that we can keep it, and we can say we're sorry, recognize people's suffering, and do the best we can, move on, and recognize. And right now I want to make a further political statement with all that's going on in Washington. Shutting down U.S. aid and eliminating DEI from the Defense Department, and getting rid of the Department of Education. And it seems in this movement, this MAGA movement, it's really big. We saw that in Florida, particularly, to eradicate any thoughts of DEI. And wanting to erase Black history, erase all considerations in our society regarding diversity, equity, inclusion. All this goal isn't about inefficiency in government. Well, they may not want any government, but I don't think inefficiency. Our government works. I'm 75. I get my Social Security checks with regularity, paid into it. It was collected. It all worked. When I turned 65, I got Medicare, and that was a great help. Great help. Sometime I'll talk about the insurance companies. Getting Medicaid was just, I had been considered uninsurable, and many people have gone through that. And I was lucky enough not to really be sick. I wasn't, but I had to pay a whole lot of money for a health pool, so I stopped talking about that. I want to talk about the elimination of Black history and the attack on DEI. This is a campaign to rid our country of civil rights, of equity. And we have to face that and speak about it and do what we can and what we must do. So I'm saying my prayers, and I'm going to try to work within the Democratic Party, just locally, see what I can do. Okay. All right, I guess that's all I have to say. And I'm going to read these names. When I just looked this up on Wikipedia and found it was interesting to read And just in this list, there are little pictures of the aircraft and pictures of the soldiers, of the airmen. And I like seeing them. I'm looking at a man with his hat and pilot dress. And so I think I got through A and B. And another, I'm going to try to find other things to talk about too. I guess it was last year I read a biography of Harriet Tubman. And I found that so wonderful, so inspirational, so incredible. What a good woman. And I might talk about that book at another point. Okay, and I'll try to find some others, okay? Like maybe about these folks. Okay, so I'll start with C, and it's William A. Campbell, who's a pilot. Herbert Carter, a pilot. Mildred Hemmons Carter. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. Raymond Casanole. Raymond Casanole. Eugene Calvin Cheatham Jr. Herbert V. Clark. Granville C. Coggs. John W. V. Cordes. Okay. Charles Crenshaw. Milton Crenshaw. Woodward Crockett. Lemuel R. Curtis. And going to the D's, we find Clarence Dart, Alfonso W. Davis, Benjamin O. Davis Jr., who eventually became a general, Clinton Davis, Charles DeBow, Wilfred DeFore, Robert W. Dees, Jean Demicott, no, it's Derricott, Jean Derricott, Ark Dickerson, Lawrence Dixon. I think there's a symbol here of a cross, so I believe he was a clergyman. Elwood T. Driver, Charles W. Dryden, Irma Dryden. Now go to E's. William V. Eagleson, John Ellis Edwards, Leslie Edwards Jr., Thomas Ellis, Joseph Ellsbury, Chauncey Eskridge. And then to the F's, James Clayton Flowers, Earl N. Franklin, Julius Freeman, Robert Friend, Willie H. Fuller. And to the G's, we have Edward C. Cleed. Joseph Gomer, Alfred Gorham, Oliver Goodall. And H's, we have Charles B. Hall, Herbert Ardesty, George Hardy, Archie Harris, Richard H. Harris, James H. Harvey, Raymond V. Haysbert, Vernon V. Haywood, Percy Heath, Macy Harrington, Mitchell Higginbotham, William H. Holloman, Leroy Homer Jr., Harold K. Hoskins, Esteban Hotus, Lincoln Hudson, Ezra M. Hill Sr., and the I's are George J. Isles, who was a POW. And for the J's, how did I mess this up? I managed. B. Oh, I'm going to have to stop and find the rest of these. I need to, we need to copy more. So I will continue with this. We want to honor those names, honor the men, the souls. And we ask blessings upon them and their descendants, and we say thank you. Well, this is a quick one today, so I will let this go, and I'll see you again. Okay? All right, it's, what day is this? I think it's the 10th. It's the 10th of February. It's a Monday, and we're fast approaching evening. We're gonna, it's nearly 5 o'clock, and we're gonna have sunset the day, but it's still light. It's still light. It'll be light for a while. So the days are lengthening. All right, blessings, and we'll think and we'll pray. Okay, have a good night.